Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely weekend. So, I was online earlier, going all over YouTube as I do, and Chantal did a live. I looked at it, didn't look like anything interesting, and I decided to kind of leave it alone for right now, unless I see something interesting in it to react to. One thing I know about Chantal, as someone that I was there during the whole crackhead Olympics thing, um, when she got really heavily into the edibles, uh, when she would take an edible at the start of her stream, I knew that the moment she popped it in her mouth, that I was essentially on the clock because it takes about 45 minutes to an hour before that edible hits. And then when that happens, she's going to be sluggish and not saying very much, and it's going to be boring. So the moment she pops that edible in her mouth, yeah, 45 minutes worth of footage that's going to be any good and the rest is going to be garbage. Well, unfortunately, in Thailand, she's popping the edibles before she starts the stream and she's keeping herself topped up with the edibles. So, is it any surprise that the content these days is just absolute trash? But we're not here to talk about the current live that she did. We are here to talk about a tarot reading that Sunburst Tarot did on Foodie about 9 days ago. Uh, I was informed about Sunburst Tarot courtesy of somebody that is on Twitter. They let me know about Sunburst Tarot and the fact that Sunburst Tarot did a tarot reading on Foodie. And this reading isn't just about Foodie herself. It has to do with Nader because I have mentioned and other tarot readers have mentioned that Nader is not gone. He's very much in the picture. He's been in the background the entire time. Those of you that come to my live tarot readings, you guys know that because I've told you. Like he's just been in the background. He was never taken off the stove. He was just put on the back burner where nobody could really see, but he and Chantal never really stopped talking. Nader is the one that Chantal really, really, really wants. Even to this day, he is the one she wants to be with. And Salah is just a stand in. He is a rebound. He is a get back. He is just there because Nader can't be there. So I watched a little bit of Sunburst Tarot's reading. I didn't watch all of it, and there's a lot of interesting information, but I do find it very interesting that you've got different tarot readers on YouTube, and none of us know each other, and none of us talk to each other, but we're all coming up with the same things. So, isn't that something that all of us who are tarot readers that read the cards, we're not coming up with drastically different readings? We're seeing a lot of the same elements. So, I wanted to react to Sunburst Tarot's reading on Foodie and Nader, and hope you guys enjoy. So, how don't we just get started with that? And for those of you that like this react, if you want to go sub up to Sunburst Tarot's channel, check out the rest of her content. She seems to have a lot of great content on a lot of different people, celebrities, and so forth. Please do so. And I hope you do enjoy your channel and her content. But let's get started with this react that was done just 9 days ago, which would be about the time that Chantal was in Thailand. She had just arrived because she's been there for about 2 weeks. Also on Sunburst Tarot, I could tell by the way she was talking, she's very much in the girl world because she seems to know a lot about Nader and Foodie. So there's that too. So let me just pull the reading up so you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, and there is Sunburst Tarot. And let me just blow up the screen so you guys can see really well. You guys can see the cards as much as I do. Okay, let's go.
On this in my last reading that I did on them not too long ago, but I really wanted to take a look as we've been hearing a lot of like his catchphrases are coming back into her dialect and her dialogue. And I just wanted to take a look, see what's going on, where is it currently, what's kind of going on, what's her thoughts, and everything else. So, without further ado, let's get into today's reading. So, First, quick announcements. Just remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. If you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Also, if you guys are looking for private readings, you can do so using my website link in the description box below. As well as if you would like to join YouTube members, I have that available as well if you would like, which you can do down below too. So, without further ado, then, all of my announcements out of the way, we're just going to start off here with the Horror Tarot, just a major arcana deck. And I want to just get what is the overall energy of Foodie Beauty and Nader's relationship. Uh, so let's just get at where it is currently. That's the intention. So we have the Devil reversed.
Ooh, right off the bat, the devil card.
So when I see the Devil, when it's upright, it's like unhealthy, old habits, toxicity, and the such. Seeing it reversed here, it's almost like this is doubly so. These are two people who are kind of fueled by their addictions. The other way I could see this is the Devil reversed is trying to break out of old toxic cycles. You are going away from what you've known, trying to break free of addictions, unhealthiness, and the such. Uh, hmm, what? Okay.
I think Chantal and Nader, they both have different kinds of addictions. She obviously has a food addiction. He might have addictions to other things, party favors. And I think they both share the same addiction of attention. They both love attention. And they both got a lot of attention during Crackhead Olympics. So I think on top of the money that they miss the attention that they were getting during Crackhead Olympics, because after Crackhead Olympics, things really just went cold for his channel and for her channel. Like once she went to Kuwait and she started up with Salah, the attention just started to wane off. And now it's at the point where hardly anybody pays attention to Chantal anymore, and even less so when it comes to Nader.
Why is this is the sun? Because we're unhappy in our current situations, whether that's Nader or Foodie. It feels like we are unhappy. We're unhappy, so we're trying to maybe get out of things that we didn't serve us, or we're just falling deeper into old toxic behaviors and cycles because we're unhappy with our current life and what's going on. Financial influences on the situation, the hanged man, because we need to look at finances in a different way. Looking at different way, we need to rethink this, go to the drawing board, try something different. Also, it is not lost on me that this is a puppet and someone is controlling the puppet. So someone is maybe controlling someone using finances in some way, shape, or form. The hopes and fears here. I'm going to be in control. I'm the king of the castle.
No, not the Emperor card looking like Count Dracula. No, I, I'm laughing because in the community, Nader has been referred to as Count Dracula. That's why I'm giggling because that immediately popped into my mind. I'm like, no, no, not that name. No.
I'm the king of the castle. So it does feel like there is someone. The hope here is that Koki's in charge, allegedly, in my opinion, with the Emperor. This is the Empress, I'd see it as Chantal. But seeing it here, it's like we want him to be in control. That's his hopes and fears here, or hope and fear, yeah. However, the unseen obstacle here is a Justice card reversed.
Hmm.
Someone's not able to move forward in this relationship because of things that they've done in the past. They're coming back to like, or not coming back to bite them in the ass, but it's like old lessons, old things that we were supposed to learn from, that we were supposed to heal from and do, and justice was supposed to be happening. uh the actions for those, or the consequences for those actions, never came to fruition. They aren't coming up. Things, people are getting away with things. Justice is not being served in some way, shape, or form. Justice reverse can also be not making decisions. It's like you're refusing to make a decision on this. You're keeping someone in your back pocket. You're keeping someone where you want them. The challenge here between the two of them, the star, they can't be seen together. or things can't be brought to light, things can't be public. I mean, after the whole showdown of Crackhead Olympics, I'm not shocked.
No,
Uh, I don't think either. Do I think Chantal, if given the chance, would be public with Nader again? If she could, she would.
absolutely.
100% yes. Does Nader? No, he does not want to be associated with her. I think he just wants her money. What's going for these two? The tower. There is a big catastrophic event coming up here between the two of them, or a blow up of some way, shape, or form, where the whole foundation that they've kind of let things go on is blowing up because it's not steady, it's not good, and the such. So, do these two, it feels like maybe have a fight coming between the two of them coming up here soon? Yeah, and things might be coming out, exposure, uh, DMs, pictures, videos. Something's coming out because someone's not happy. Here in the past, the moon, they kept things secret, kept things hidden. Now things are coming to light. And then here in the future, the hermit. Um, Hermit can be about kind of being isolated, going back into yourself. However, uh, it, the imagery is not lost on me in that there is a man. There is this hermit going across the river in a boat, and it reminds me a lot of the Six of Swords, where it's like you see typically some people in a boat making a travel distance change. So, and with this lantern here, it's like we are on the we are plowing through the internet. That's kind of my Six of Swords, the internet, and stuff is getting revealed. Things are coming to light. Things that were hidden. Things that were like someone is coming through and letting all the information out through
Now
the
that's interesting because there's been a great many people that have been around Chantal, and I'm sure a great many of them have little bits and pieces of tea, and yet none of them are speaking. I mean, example, Pete's, he's known her for over 17, 18 years. If there's anybody that has dirt on Chantal, it would be him because he's been with her since high school. And to this day, he's still devoted to her. He's loyal to a fault when he shouldn't be because she's thrown him under the bus and used him many times over. So if he came forward with tea on Chantal, he wouldn't be doing her a serious wrong. He would just be giving her back some of what she's already given him. She cheated on him. She put him in debt a couple of times, broke his heart. So he could talk, but he's not going to talk because Pete's is still holding on to this tiny flame of hope that she's going to come back to Canada at some point and things will be as they were. So to keep that tiny flame of hope alive, he doesn't betray her. Nader, I'm sure, has tea, but as long as Chantal is giving him money, and I believe she is, he'll keep his mouth shut. But even if, let's just play devil's advocate for a minute, even if he did come forward with the tea, because of him striking so many channels over and over again, throwing the privacy complaints, no one's going to cover his channel. No one's going to react to him. They might do a recap so he won't necessarily get the view. I mean, he totally screwed himself. If he's been sitting on a gold mine of tea, even to current day, he's not going to profit off it the way he would normally do if he had just left the channels alone and let us cover things. If there's anything breaking, we would have covered it. But because he went after over 100 channels, nobody's going to touch his content. Nobody's going to react to him because they don't want the headache. You're right in saying that if Chantal had the chance to be with Nader publicly, she would. Her problem is the story arc itself, the Crackhead Olympics arc. She went way too far. She said way too much. She claimed that he was abusive, that he committed DV on her, which I don't believe to be true, but she said it. That's what she claimed. And she has repeated over and over this actually did happen to her. So since she painted that really dark picture of Nader, and she painted it and she repainted it and she put another coat of dark paint on top of that because she's been sticking to her story. She cannot go back to Nader. because if she did and it was public, that would paint her the most detestable liar, to lie about something of that degree and prove herself a liar. So, as far as who's got the tea, who's going to reveal the tea, I don't know if Nader will or somebody else will. There's been so many different side plot character players in the foodie verse over the years. Somebody can come forward and give us something, but it seems like everybody's staying hush. Maybe she's paying them to shut up. Maybe they sign an NDA or something. But uh, that's Nader is the one she wanted. Nader is the one she still wants. But the energy that I'm getting from Nader, that I got a few minutes ago, thinking about him and Chantal, like his energy is he's comfortable with her being far away. He doesn't want to deal with her physically. He just wants her money. I feel a sense of like spirit is saying standoffish. I feel standoffish. I feel aloof. He wants what he wants, but he knows that Chantal is a whole lot of headache. So he's happy with her being in Kuwait. He's happy with her being in Thailand. She's far enough away that she will not be a physical headache or nuisance. If she were to come back to Canada, she might be a nuisance because she's in the same country, state, whatever. Sorry. My eyes itching. But he's getting what he can get out of her with her being far away and not have to deal with all her crap. So even if Chantal came back to Canada, she's not coming back the same person that she was when she left about 3 years ago. She is a different person. She's a lot more unhealthy. I'm sure she'd be a lot more clingy and possessive over Nader. And I can hear it in my head. I can hear her saying to Nader, I had Salah and I gave him up for you. She would play that game, making a big deal over what she chose to give up to be with Nader. She'll bring up all her sacrifices and use everything that she gave up, her loss, everything that she lost or everything she gave up would be a weapon in her hand to try to beat him into submission, although it's not going to work because they were her choices and nobody forced her.
The internet, and as we see, one, two, three, four, five, six people. There's also these hands coming out of the water, and it's like people are trying to get this information. People are reaching for it, looking at it, reaching for the light, reaching for this information that someone is, I think, kind of bringing out that has maybe been hidden or in the background for quite a while. Okay. Do we want anything else here? Nope. Okay. All right. So we're going to then go into. I have
And
a.
sorry, Sunburst. I did a reading on Chantal and Nader. What my reading said about the two of them is yes, they're very much in contact. She is sending him money. I saw the tower card for he and Dee Dee. Like there was going to be some major chaos going on in that house. I saw that Nader he's sick of the struggle. He's very sick of the struggle. Chantal spoiled him during Crackhead Olympics. She spoiled him. She gave him so much. She paid for everything. Life was easy. And ever since she left, he's been struggling with Dee Dee, and he doesn't like it. He wants the struggle to be over. So while Chantal is focused on Nader and thinking of him in emotional ways, like, you're the love of my life, and I really care about you, and we understood each other, she's thinking emotionally. Nader is looking at her financially, and he knows how to pull her strings. He knows what to say to Chantal to get what he wants out of her. Although he hasn't been around her physically full time for the last 3+ years. So he's happy with her being in Thailand. He's happy with her being in Kuwait. He can get a little bit of something out of her, but he's struggling financially. And he's like, what is the way out? That's the feeling. I want a way out. He wants an escape. He wants good money again. He wants to live well again. And Foodie was his path to the good life. Foodie was the best he's ever had financially living, and he's tired of the struggle with Dee Dee. So there's gonna be a whole thing, a bunch of chaos with Dee Dee uh, because of that. Like he wants to move up, he wants to be king of the castle, but he can't do that while he's struggling.
Oracle deck that I really want to go into next. I'm gonna grab that from up here. And this is my Shadow Love Tea Romance Oracle. And what I want to do here is I want to, yep, I knew this was going to be the, nope, we're just going to do this. Sorry about that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get a few cards for, this is going to be for Chantal. Well, guys, no, we are kind and courteous. I do not care how much other people might be a little bit all over the place with their emotions. We're taking this in a controlled manner. So this is going to be for Chantal. We're just going to grab her a few cards. All right. Let's just see where she is currently in this relationship dynamic. So we have stuck in
Mm-hmm.
the past.
Can I tell you my feeling on that card, Starburst? Um, I'm feeling the energy of. No, I'm sorry, Sunburst. I apologize, Sunburst. My apologies. Uh, Sunburst. Sorry, I got your name wrong. You know what I'm feeling off that card? I'm feeling a sense of you're all I've got. That's what I keep hearing. You're all I've got. Like she's clinging to Nader, not just because he was the one that she was the most comfortable with, but she's inwardly, inside, emotionally, there's a feeling of you're all I've got. You're the only one I want because you're the only one I've got. She is zero focused on Nader because she's got this right here, heart chakra. You're all I've got. She's clinging to him desperately. And the feeling is you're all I've got.
Remains stagnant and refuses to change. Stuck in the past. Stuck on Koki. Come on. There we go. Then we have laser focused,
Mm-hmm.
closed off from distractions, and only has the eye on one person. So, I mean, if I don't know if she's even thinking about Salah right now.
Nope.
Then we have Forbidden, strong opposition from outside forces. People don't want her getting back with Koki or even being near him. Then we have Love Struck. It acts foolish and engages in high risk choices and reckless abandonment. Oh my. Okay, you guys are just reading Chantal the filth on this relationship. Alrighty. And then our last one for her is social addict.
Ooh.
Wants to constantly hang on to peers or make excuses to see others. Chantal, when it comes to her and in this relationship with Koki, Nader, whatever you want to call him, does feel that again she is laser focused on him once again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably hasn't gotten over him, and this is her eyes are on him. Also, I'm seeing this is like the golden apple, the golden fruit. This is like the one thing that she like wants the most. It's almost like she salivates for this relationship. She wants it so bad. With this social addict
Would you forgive me? Forgive me. Um, Sunburst. Looking at those cards. Uh, Interesting thing about the last card, the social addict. So Nader lost his channel, and then he got his channel back, and there was no reason why YouTube should have given it back. He did a great many things on his channel that he should have been canceled a long time ago. Things that he said, things that he did, coming on camera, he and Dee Dee doing inappropriate things. during the live, sexual things. I feel that Chantal had a hand in him getting his channel back. And she did that because she was in Kuwait. Now she's in Thailand. And she has, I keep hearing it in my head too, right now. Something that she said, I am addicted to this man. And she does not like being cut off from her addictions, even addictions that involve people. But she did say, I'm addicted to this man. And we all know how that goes with her addictions. So I feel when his channel got canceled, something happened. He got his channel back. Why? Because she wanted a way to watch him, to feel close to him while she was so far away from him. So I think she's always watching him. I feel like in an indirect, subtle way, by talking about Nader on her channel, she is still giving him a little bit of attention, just kind of feeding attention his way to help his channel out because it is struggling. But going back to the forbidden fruit card, for some reason I just keep zeroing in on that. The golden apple, I keep zeroing in on. It looks like a plant or something in the middle. I keep when I look at it, I see an apple with it looks like weeds or vines or something in the middle. It's a rotten apple. It's a corrupted apple. So this forbidden fruit is not all the way sweet. There is corruption in it. There is rottenness. There is, you shouldn't eat this, but you're probably going to eat it anyway, but it's not good for you. She wants it because she can't have it. But there's poison inside that apple, which makes it all the more tempting for her. And she wants it all the more. But yeah, like that I, Nader never left the picture. I did a reading a while back and I saw with my readings that Nader has been in the shadows for the longest, like a snake in the grass, just hiding in the shadows, waiting for Salah to lose patience and to screw up. And both things happened. And when I feel like the Kai Bella thing happened and the humiliation and the degradation was public, that's when he started to really gain control again. When Chantal left Canada to go to Kuwait, he lost his control over her because she was with another man and she had this inflated idea of Salah. But over time, things have started to decrease between the two of them, and now they've all the way broken down. Nader knew that was going to happen because he's been around Chantal enough to know that after a while, she becomes a headache, she becomes a nuisance, she becomes a burden, and that will wear on a man's nerves. So he was being patient and biding his time and hiding in the shadows and waiting for Salah to screw up. And when he did, Chantal perhaps was on the phone crying to Nader, and Nader was the comforting ear, comforting her. And she liked that. She likes male attention, but she liked having somebody to talk to because she doesn't have any real life friends. So they started talking. And over the course of time, he started to get back into her confidence and into her comfort. And I feel that's when money really started to change hands. He just started getting his power back over her.
I do feel that she probably is follow him online quite a bit
Yep.
in his DMs. I don't know if she's Marie Pondoing him again or if she's being a little bit more sneaky about it, but I do see here with like the social addict probably trying to contact him here again. She is stuck on him, can't get over him, and very laser focused as well. So I don't even know if she's thinking about her husband, her current husband, at all in any way, shape, or form. I'm not seeing that. So let's see. How does Koki feel about Chantal here? Let's get a couple cards for him. See what's going on. Oh, come on. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
5. So let's see what we got for him. All right. So we have solitary, prefers to be alone and in one's own thoughts. And then we have snooze fest, talks about mindless things with minimal substance, superficial conversations, complains about the same old, same old. Well, isn't that the darn truth? Then we have Do Re Mi, turns everything around to be about them, pretends to listen in order to talk about them. Me attitude. Yeah, it's all about him at the end of the day, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have TikTok, wasting time, too little too late, dragging their feet in commitment. Time is running out, years gone by with little to no improvement. Well. So I wonder if he is trying to get back with Chantal. And if he is, it's almost like too little too late. Or it's like time is ticking. Hmm. I don't know how much she's gonna keep her feet dragging for him. And then also stingy. Penny pinches, does not give up their money willingly, prefers to go Dutch or split everything down the middle, spends other people's money. I don't know if. So again, I don't know if he's getting money from Chantal. I'm hearing a
Yep.
very loud yes in my head. But I'm hearing yes, he's getting money from Chantal. Things are all about him at the end of the day. I'm not diagnosing anyone as a narcissist, but when I see someone with narcissistic tendencies, I tend to say he's got some narcissistic tendencies. Solitary though is interesting over here, where it's like he's stuck in his own. It's almost like he's stuck in his own game, his own thoughts. It's like all it's still all about him, and like again, snooze fest. No one wants. I feel like no one's been watching his channel anyway because it's like he's boring. No one wants to watch the same old, same old.
So
He's old.
Chantal's she's in her emotional brain about Nader. When it comes to Nader, though, he does he's not a romantic kind of guy. You know, he's not about romance and love and relationships. That's not who he is. So you got two people that are complete opposites and yet same. Uh, there are many aspects about Chantal that Nader also shares. I mean, on the evil, rotten, corrupted level, they are very much alike, and they understand each other, and they can be evil, rotten, and corrupted together, and that's how they accept each other. Do I think that Nader is physically attracted to Chantal? No. But just like her, he's a scammer, a liar, a conner, a manipulator, and he looks out for his own best interests. And he's one of those that he'll go where the wind blows if it means where the wind is going is profitable. So he's been living with Dee Dee, living in her apartment. They've been scraping by. And again, he got spoiled by Chantal and he misses that a lot. Ooh, does he miss that? He misses her going to Adonis and Farm Boy and buying the good food. He misses her giving him money. He misses that life. He misses going on to his channel and getting attention. All of that went away when she went away to Kuwait. And enough time has passed by with the both of them that, you know, Chantal was once high on top of her horse with her ego. I think these last few years in Thailand, her ego has come down just a little bit, you know, because she's not making $20,000, $30,000 a month. At the same time, Nader, he's not riding high on the horse either. So they have both arrived at the same place where the money is not good on either side. They're both hurting financially. They're both thirsty for attention. And I feel that there are talks and negotiations and conversations being had about what can we do together. Although there are concerns that if they go back and forth or they get involved with each other, what is the risk? Nader doesn't have much to risk. His channel's small and nobody cares. But Chantal's channel is her entire income. So she might be wondering, like, how can I do this without losing all of my money and losing all of my audience? I really put my foot in my mouth talking about deviant stuff with Nader. I did that. I profited off of that at the time, but now what do? I painted myself into a corner. So you've got these two people. One is in the emotional brain. The other one is all about himself. He's clearly not in the emotional brain at all. As far as the TikTok card, um, maybe he's feeling. I keep feeling like maybe he's feeling with Chantal being so unhealthy that time is running out. That if he wants to get money out of her, time is running out due to her declining health. That if he's going to get it, he's got to get it soon. That some medical emergency might happen any day, or she might become bedbound. And if she's bedbound, he's certainly not going to take care of her. So there might be an urgency of if it's going to happen, it needs to happen real soon because I don't know how much time she's got left. Again, thinking for his own personal interest, not thinking in the vein of, I love her and I want to spend whatever time she's got left on this earth with her. It's all about finances, like getting the most out of her while she's still around.
He's like rehashing old storylines, old videos, old
Yep.
GMs, and bringing nothing new to the table. So, like, why would anyone want to? No one wants to rehash the past. Like, if you we're on the current arc, we need something new, not something old to bring us nostalgia. Not from like
Yeah,
same.
because they both have done that. They both have brought everything out of the closet that they could about each other. We've seen pictures, we've seen videos, we've seen texts. We've seen it all the old stuff. There's nothing new. I feel that Nader, again, is sitting on a gold mine. I know he's talking to Chantal currently. He might be talking to her in text back and forth. And as long as whatever money she's giving him keeps coming, he'll shut up and he'll sit on it. But the moment she stops giving him money, he's going to go on his channel and show everything. I don't know if she knows that. I'm sure she does because, again, they are very much alike inside. The things that he does, she also does. She'll hold on to old texts, she'll hold on to old emails, she'll hold on to old videos. So for now, while he's getting money out of her, while he's working his game on her, getting control over her and power over her, and she's letting him because she wants him to take control, he's keeping his mouth shut. He is.
Him at all anyway. So TikTok here, it's I think he is overstaying his welcome in some way, shape, or form here, especially with him between him and Chantal.
I just had a sudden thought. Could that also be him overstaying his welcome with Dee Dee? Because he does live with Dee Dee. I keep feeling like when you said overstaying his welcome, I also felt like that applied to Dee Dee as well. That he's living with her and he's overstaying his welcome. Maybe I think things are cooling off between the two of them a lot. And that by me making him think, I want out of this situation. I don't want to struggle anymore with her. I want to get back into the high life with Chantal. Although if she came back to Canada, there is no guarantee that there will be a high life. It could be a complete total bust for both of them.
Because it's like, yes, Chantal is hung up on him. Love
Mm-hmm.
struck is right above it. However, I do feel that like the time that he like the time that he has to kind of strike, he has a very narrow window. Or the window is narrowing, and I don't think he sees that in some way, shape, or form. With the stingy here, I think he's getting money from her, point blank,
Yep.
period. Uh, and again, it's still all about him. So it's like, even though Chantal really, really wants him, he's still kind of, at the end of the day, it's all about him. And I don't think he's going to want to do anything about her, which I think she's in love with this man and wants him really, really bad. However, he's very much, it's all about me at the end of the day and not about anyone else. So, Chantal, why do you want this person who's all about themselves and wants nothing to do with you, even though you are obsessed with this
Because
individual?
they're both alike. They're both, in my opinion, narcissists. They are both selfish, self absorbed, self centered. On that level, they understand each other. They get along on that level. You know, a thief understands another thief, a scammer understands another scammer. I mean, Nader is a scammer and a liar and manipulator in his own right, but I think when he met Chantal, in a weird, evil kind of way, he was in awe of her because of the things that she did and the things that she said and the links that she would go to lie to people and to con people. Like, he was just like, wow, this chick is just like on another level. Like, I feel like a student next to a master. So there is a weird kind of evil respect in that regard. I really think so. So again, it's not about physical attraction. It's about like just getting back in the high life.
I'm, I have so many questions, but whoever, whatever, not my circus, not my monkeys. All right. So next,
One moment. Okay, let's continue.
I'm just gonna pull some tarot on what's just kind of going on with what's with this whole trip to. So why is Chantal in Thailand and is like did she go to Thailand because of Koki? Why is she in Thailand? Is she going to Thailand? Why did she go to Thailand? Was it because of him? Is she going back to Canada? What's his plans? And this such. So let's just take a look here. What are Chantal's plans with Koki kind of moving forward? And then what are Koki's plans with Chantal moving forward? We'll do that. And I kind of just want to keep this maybe a little bit shorter than my other ones. And if you guys have any ideas or if you guys have questions that I maybe didn't get into that you would like to answer, let me know in the comments down below and I can maybe do a follow up reading on this one. So, all right. So, let's take a look here. What are Chantal's intentions with Koki at the current moment? Well, current energy and the such. Come on, guys. There you come on. There you go. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Business wants to start something up. Maybe this is trying to reinvigorate their channels, bring more money, business contracts. Why is this the case? Because of the Devil reversed. Addictions, old ways of doing things, bad habits, and the such. It's like, I want to start new things up for you because of the drama, the negativity, and wanting to kind of reignite that because you
Yep.
know what? It made us money. Financial influences on the situation. The Ace of Cups. Uh, this is also a like our love, our drama, our passions for one another brought us in money. Our my love, my craziness, or my craziness for love and wanting love brought in money. I can also see this as just like I have a love for money. I want money. This is a way to bring in money that was fiscally good for us both last time around. Hopes and fears, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. That this isn't going to give us the money that we want. However, one, it's the fear that people that we aren't going to get the money that we want. This hope also is here as well as that they want money. There's money issues. It feels like for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it's like, well, is this going to work? Is this going to be enough? Can we reignite it? Are we going to be getting that 20 grand a month like we were, or like that was available to us at that point in time? Because it feels like there is a challenge here for both of them when it comes to money. Also, with this Ace of Cups and financial influences, just going back to that really quick, I'm now thinking a little bit too here where it'd be like where it's not just financial resources, but I can also see this as just resources in general. And it's like Chantal or between the two of them, it's like we can have the resource of love between the two of us. We can be happily in love. We can have support. We can have emotional fulfillment from each other in some way.
So the feeling that I got earlier of you're all I've got, I think it applies to both of them in different ways. Like Nader is entirely all that Chantal's got left. And she made the most money when she was going back and forth with Nader. But emotionally speaking, he is all she's got. Like everything else is gone. She let go of everything else to live this fantasy life in Kuwait with a guy that she really honestly wasn't into because her emotions and her heart were still on Nader and have never strayed from that. Yeah, I can see why they would both be concerned about if she came back to Canada, would it work? But I think that both of them are at a position where Spirit keeps saying, what do we got to lose? Like he's hurting financially, she's hurting financially. What do we got to lose? We're both hurting for money. There was a time in both of our lives where the money was coming in, and that's because we were feeding off the drama and the darkness from each other. What do we got to lose? We can try. But Chantal, I feel, has the biggest concern because, unlike Nader, she doesn't have a home. He can live with Dee Dee as long as he wants, as long as Dee Dee will allow him to stay there. She doesn't have a home. So, of the two of them, she'd be taking the biggest risk just because of all the lies she told about Nader. The picture that she painted, that will come back and haunt her in a big way. Do I think that if she came back to Canada and started up things with Nader in whatever way, shape, or form, that they are going to get that 20, 30 grand a month? No, because lightning rarely strikes twice. And as I said, Chantal, she left Kuwait, I'm sorry, excuse me, she left Canada 200 pounds lighter. She's now well over 500 pounds. And her health has never been as bad as it is right now. When she left Canada, she had a lot more in the way of mobility, breathing. She could move easier. Not so much anymore. And the reason why she was making that 20, 30 grand a month is because she was constantly streaming. We're talking 8 to 12 hours a day, every single day, going back and forth with Nader. And she was heavily on the, let's just call it the white nose powder. And that gave her energy to be up and constantly streaming and constantly talking and keeping things unpredictable and keeping things dramatic and keeping people guessing. That's why people tuned in. But physically, could she do that again? No. So I think there are some concerns about what shape is Chantal in. That if she came back to Canada and wanted to start things up with him, would it be the same? Would she have the same energy? Physically, would she be able to go the distance? I say no. I think if she came back to Canada and she started things up with Nader, would it be interesting for a minute? Probably. But there is the risk. The people that are on her channel that have heard her talk about Nader, the ones that are still there, a lot of the old beaters are gone. There's just the new batch. But she has said enough about Nader, about him being abusive, that if she brought Nader onto her channel or started talking about him or was found out that she was talking to him and hanging around him, she might lose that new batch of beaters, and she needs them. So lightning doesn't strike twice, Chantal. Your highest point financially was your lowest point physically. You were doing some dirty stuff during Crackhead Olympics to make that money, but you made it. But physically speaking, your body just can't handle the pace that you were at once before. You see? So maybe that is another factor that Nader is thinking about. Like if he has seen her through FaceTime or something, If he's seen her in person, maybe she saw him a couple of times when she was back in Canada when she visited. He might be thinking about that. Like she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and she's becoming more and more unhealthy. Does she have the energy to do what she used to do? Because the risk for both of them is different. Chantal could lose all of her audience, and if things bust up between Nader and Dee Dee, he could lose the home that he's in, and then he'd be out on the street. So that they're both thinking about the risk they both have to take.
Way, shape, or form when it comes to money and resources. Like it doesn't not just need to be about the cha-ching, cha-ching. It could also be about the warm butterflies in our chests. Okay. Unseen obstacle here, though, the magician.
Ooh.
Some people are gonna see kind of see through this.
Mm-hmm.
Are people going to be intrigued? Yes. Is it going to be the level of intrigue that it was
No.
before? No.
Yeah, because
Uh,
we've already been there. We've already done that with these two. What could they tell us and what could they do? Honestly, that would shock us. We've seen it all. We heard it all. What new thing could they bring to the table that didn't happen during Kraken Olympics? Maybe the two of them living together. That would be something new. But just the going back and forth and her going off on him in videos and him going off on her on videos, long distance, that's not going to work. You know, we new things, not old things.
magician upright, communication. Yeah, communication. But I also see this as like they aren't going to be able to get this going how they want it
Nope.
to. I think there's too many cook. There are two cooks in the kitchen, and both of them have very different ideas on what they want to do, what they would like. Uh, it's almost like risk tolerance. Like there's some people who are like, I'm willing to risk it all. The other one's like, I'm willing to risk 10%
Right.
and nothing more. And that's kind of where that person's stuck at. And it's like because both of them I think are on different pages or communicating differently or communicating different things, but neither one are listening to one another. It's like both are talking at each other, but neither one are listening. And that's kind of be kind of the unseen obstacle to kind of putting this together. The challenge here, the Page of Cups as well. That's my Nader card.
Ugh.
That's him reversed. He's not willing to put out. It feels like, in my opinion, here when it comes to whatever they got to get kind of going on here in Chantal's energy. Yeah, this is yeah.
So is that because he is no longer willing to be physical with her? That sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah, Chantal's energy. Well, yeah. So he's not willing to put out what she wants, what she wants here essentially, and someone's not talking to her correctly. What's going for her though is the Ace of Swords. She can talk the talk, and she would not, and she's not afraid to put herself all out there to get him back. She's not afraid to rock the boat. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She's not afraid to communicate her thoughts, opinions, and ideas out there. I'm almost wondering if she's willing to bait him to get him out again. That's what this feels like with the Ace of Swords. She's willing to bait him out. She's willing to talk about him again. She's willing to start things up again. And she's ready to speak her truth. And I think to almost talk about things that maybe she's kept hidden behind the scenes as well. In the past, the Queen of Pentacles, she is hurting for money. She has lost a lot of
Yep.
money. She has lost kind of her resources as well. And then here in the future, the Knight of Wands, she's ready to be reckless again. Go for what she wants, not think too much. Just go party hard, have a good time. And I do see that kind of coming up for her here again. When it comes to whatever this relationship is with Nader, it's she's having a Knight of Wands moment. She wants to get reckless again with him. She's willing to bait him out, it seems like, if she wants his emotions in whatever way, but he's not willing to play, it feels like here.
The interesting thing is that she has said she doesn't like boring men. like just ordinary guys. She doesn't like boring men, they bore her. She doesn't like vanilla guys. Not that there's anything wrong with somebody who's vanilla, but she likes a little bit of spice in her ice cream. Get it? So anybody that's plain vanilla, boring, she loses interest really fast. She got with BB. BB was an ordinary guy. She got bored with him, started cheating on him. Before him, there was Pete's. Pete was kind of a boring, bland kind of guy. She lost interest in him, started cheating on him too. And then in steps Nader. And Nader's a little bit spicy and defiant and telling her no, and that intrigues her. She liked that new spice in the ice cream, and that's why she wanted to eat it by the spoonfuls and not stop. And because she couldn't have the spicy ice cream all the time, and she figured out she couldn't buy that ice cream even after a year of trying, another boring, bland guy. And she's lost interest in him. He appealed to her eyes and her physical aesthetic, but he couldn't keep her interest. She just got bored in a hurry really quick. And she's wanting that spicy ice cream back on her plate.
Okay, let's take a look at Miss Foodie. Or not Foodie. Let's take a look at Nader. What are his intentions here
Money,
when it comes to
money,
Chantal moving forward?
always money.
Hmm.
You don't love her.
Yeah. What are Nader's intentions with Chantal kind of moving forward? Because he's a little bit of a slipperier character.
Yep.
Don't trust him as far as I can throw him. And you know what? That might not be far, but it's far enough away to get the heck away. So, let's see here. What are Nader's intentions with Foodie moving forward? And again, if you like this content, feel free hit that like button down below, subscribe, check out my Girl World playlist. I have a ton of other Chantal, Amberlyn Reed, glitter and lasers content over there if you guys want to go check that out. I've done a couple of readings on all of them. So, yeah. All right, one more shuffle here, and then we'll see what's kind of going on with Nader. What's Nader's intentions with Foodie moving forward? The strength card, being vulnerable or getting her in a vulnerable state.
Yep.
He wants her vulnerable, he wants her to be under her thumb. Why is this? So he can get her to redirect where she's going. Three of Wands reverse makes me think we got to go back to the drawing board. I want her to go back to the drawing board, reassess where she's going, reassess her plans, reassess her actions. I need her vulnerable so she can do what I want her to do instead of what she wants to do. Financial influences on this because I want her money. I want to control where her money and her resources and her finances are going. Hopes and fears here, though, is the Empress reversed and ruining what he's got. The Empress reverse is like there's someone who's kind of not nurturing, but I'm also seeing this is like he's afraid of mom coming in. Is this Dee Dee? No. It feels like there's a feminine presence who's like, I'm taking no prisoners. I'm not taking no one. I almost might. Is this Chantal? No. This is another feminine energy around them that he's kind of like, who's kind of like, I'm gonna come in. It's my way or the highway. Don't even try it, uh, and kind of derail the whole situation. He
I kind of feel like that might be Dee Dee because Chantal's mom, she's there for Chantal, but I don't think she has a strong influence over Chantal. I feel like the family has distanced themselves from Chantal because of all the things she's done online. But if anybody's going to step in and try to derail everything, it might be Dee Dee. She's been with Nader for over 2 years, going back and forth with Chantal, not liking the fact that Chantal's been in the picture. And I'm sure she was more than happy and relieved when Chantal got with Salah and went to Kuwait and got far away from Nader. So I can already hear what Dee Dee might be saying if this happens. I've been with you for 2 years and we've gone through this and you've already dealt with her and you know how much of a troublesome person she is and the trouble she's going to bring into your life and my life, and you want to get started with this again. Yeah, she's going to bring up that argument. It's like, you've been living in my house for over 2 years and I took you in, da da da. And she's going to bring up all the things that she's done for Nader and all the things that she's put up with. But I feel that Nader would circumvent that and step on that and go, listen, this is for the both of us. The money that I get from Chantal will benefit us both. And that's why I'm doing this. He knows how to talk his way around Dee Dee and get her on his side. So she's going to buck up for a minute and put up her arguments, but I don't think she's going to win.
He wants Foodie's money.
Yep.
He wants her to reassess, reevaluate, and give it to him. However, there's someone here that's kind of blocking that with the Empress reversed. The unseen obstacle here is the death card as well. There's a rebirth, there's a death or a rebirth coming here as well that he's not seeing. Whether this is maybe the death of a channel, maybe this is the rebirth or starting of something new for Foodie, where it's like she's not going to be going back to him because someone else is kind of coming sweeping in, giving her everything that she wants and then some. But
Ooh.
it does feel like there's a death and rebirth here that's kind of coming in and not allowing him to get what he wants, which is her money. Oh. Is he having question alleged? Is there someone like on high or like maybe like a justice system that's kind of coming in and is forcing him to readjust his priorities? I'm hearing are his priorities having to get readjusted? Yes.
Well, there was like
Okay.
a court case that was ongoing with May. I don't know if that might be part of the death card, or it could be that I know that he's either coming to 15 grand or about to come into 15 grand, and Chantal might go that route of moving in with Pete somewhere if they get that started. So if that happens, he won't have maybe the powerful influence that he wants. I mean, there are different paths here, but uh, it could go anyway.
Okay. There's something coming in here for Nader that he's not seeing that's making him readjust his priorities. Readjust this plan that he has with Foodie because it's like he needs to focus on him and whether he's sinking or swimming right now. Wonder if he's gonna get huh, the challenge here for him. He's gonna having to get out of his comfort zone here. Is this him going to a system where he is incarcerated? No. Is he getting kicked out of Dee Dee's home? Or is there something going on with him and Dee Dee right now? Yes. Okay. There's something going on there. It feels like there might. Is that part of the reason why he needs to reprioritize things? Yes. Something's going on with Dee Dee. There's like a rebirth maybe going on in that relationship. What's going for him right now? The Emperor reversed. It's like his way or the highway. It's his control. He needs to be in control of everything around him. In the past here, it's a Two of Pentacles. This was my money. I'm going to take it. You don't get a decision on where this is going. It's all mine. And then here in the future, the Chariot.
Hmm.
He's moving forward in some way, shape, or form when it comes to Foodie. I think he is well on his way of getting her to reprioritize. He is well on the way of getting his way with her, whether that be for nefarious means, especially when it revolves around her money. However, there he's having to reprioritize because I think of something with Dee Dee. I don't know if it's with having to move out of her home, no, but there's something coming up here with Dee Dee. It feels like that makes them have to reprioritize things.
Yeah, I feel like that the Tower card came up in my reading for the two of them, and I felt like there is a lot of stress and there's a lot of unrest between he and Dee Dee. Like that whole home is going to bust up for some reason, and he'll have to move out. Either they have a fight and she tells him to go, or maybe something happens to the place and they both have to move out, but they're going to break apart. And maybe because of that, he's going to have to go back to the drawing board and pull up a new blueprint where he might be putting extra pressure on Chantal to come back to Canada so that maybe he can move in with her because he's been living the last few years with Dee Dee, living in somebody else's home, and he's going to need a new home.
Opinion here. What else can we get around his intentions? Ace of Wands, the D card. Passions, passions. Let's get down to business. No, let's not. Seven of Pentacles is something he's been working on for quite a while. I
Just
put my
something that
money.
just came into my mind. I don't know how long the unrest has been happening with Dee Dee and with Nader. But if Nader is getting a waft of things are not good here and things are stressed and I'm feeling like she's going to kick me out or we're going to have to leave, that might be why he's really pouring on the sugar to Chantal. Because he might be feeling like he's worn out his welcome with Dee Dee and he has to go or things are about to end over there in some way, shape, or form. And so he's trying to get her to come back to Canada so that he won't be out on the street. Like when you feel like one door is closing, you're going to run to another door and try to open it before that door completely closes.
Money in the wishing well, and now I want my wish to come out. Seven of Wands, he's unable to defend himself against accusations from the past, but he's also Seven of Wands, unable to defend himself. He can't get away with things that he's done. This is coming to light again here, and he's gonna get stuck. Something getting stuck here. Like what he's reaped, he has to sow now. He's not able to get away with stuff, and he's not moving forward how he wanted to in some way, shape, or form. Hmm. When it comes to Foodie, he wants her money, and that's all he
Yeah.
wants from her. He just wants her money, and I don't know why Chantal wants to keep doing it, but like that's what I'm seeing. It's all he wants from her is her money and his control over her. And it's not lost on me that here's the Empress reversed and there's the Emperor reversed.
Yeah.
Two peas in a pod, just like two people coming after the same person. Okay. So let's just take a look. What is the most likely course of action between Chantal and Nader kind of coming up? What's kind of the nature of this relationship kind of coming up here? Like, what is it? Uh, what's kind of like the most likely outcome given the current situation? Yeah. Also, again, if you guys enjoyed this type of content, feel free, leave a like or comment or subscribe to the channel if you would like. Um, yeah, I really appreciate it as it helps more people see my content as well as just engage with it. And we just continue to grow the community that we've built here. So I really appreciate it. Not required, just thought I would ask. So let's just take what's the most likely outcome here with Chantal and Nader kind of coming up here for these two. Okay, I'll give it one more good old shuffle. And then let's see. What's most likely outcome with these two here? The Ten of Cups upright. A union of coming together, emotional fulfillment. Why? Because we're going to leap off the deep end and not look without thinking. I do see them maybe coming together here and creating whatever their weird, twisted relationship is. I do see because like they're not thinking about it too much. We're just kind of leaping before we're looking. I also get drawn to this red moon in this card, where it's like we know this is a bad path to go down because it's going to be dangerous and not okay. But you know what? The man-eating plants are just fine. We're just avoiding them, right? Yay! Financial influences. This is going to cause quite a bit of stir, and it will be bringing them finances if they are kind of getting together again. I do see the sun upright. Money, resources, finances, especially in the financial influences on this situation. There's going to be happiness when it comes to finances, more money coming in, more people intrigued, more views, more drama, and the such. Hopes and fears, though, the commitment card reversed. So I don't see this coming along. Do I see this lasting very long? No. Do I think I don't see whatever if they're going to get back together. I don't see it lasting very long. I see it maybe being like, oh, we're gonna do this for like, I don't know, October, November, December, the high AdSense months, and then from there they might be. After that, then they're gonna one of them's just gonna go f off and be done with it. That's what this kind of feels like here, or that's kind of
I keep feeling like if they decide to do this again, there's going to be like 1 month. I keep hearing 1 month when there's going to be very high interest, and then after that month, things are just going to start to die off a little bit because this whatever plan they have in their minds about we're going to get the money going again. There's going to be 1 month, 30 days where people are going to be really interested. Like, oh my God, it's something new. And then after that month, the interest is going to go by. It's just going to decrease little by little by little. Because, like I said, we've been here, we've heard this, we've seen that. Same old, same old. Chantal, physically, she's not in the condition to do what she used to do to stay up to stream for 8 to 12 hours. She certainly is not in the shape physically where she can do heavy amounts of party favors. Her body just can't take it. So the first month, yeah, people are going to be just, it's going to rock the boat. And people are going to be interested and they're going to watch. But then after that, things are just going to start to peter off very, very quickly.
kind of the fear, unseen obstacles, the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take a little bit more than what they thought to maybe get this drama back started up again. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, consistency. It feels like they're just gonna, it's gonna be the same thing all over again, except people are gonna be wishy washy, going to have wishy-washy energy. People are going to be inconsistent. The consistency of which they're going to need to be going back and forth against one another again is going to be like almost too much energy. It feels like because I almost feel like Chantal is tired. Koki is just like I want to be lazy and just give me my money, fan me like the king that I am, and he's not. Whatever. The challenge here, the Four of Wands reversed. We are going to have to uproot everything that we've done again. We're going to have to rehash things again. Things are going to come back up. I also see this as Chantal needs to find a place to stay because like she's very transient
Mhm.
at the moment, and she's still transient. And I don't think the tran- transiency is going to be good for what's kind of they kind of have to have planned
Right.
before this Ten of Cups, this reunion of types here.
See, that might be the one thing that's keeping her in Thailand right now. I feel maybe she would have gone back to Canada by now if she had a place to go to and to stream. But maybe the one thing that's keeping her in Thailand is because she doesn't have a home to go home to. She doesn't have the Canadian villa with Pete's anymore. She doesn't have a home base. And for what she does, for the way she streams at very late hours and she's very loud and disruptive and messy. She needs a place of some sort to do all of that. The family's not going to put her up in their home and let her go wild. And I don't know if Pete has gotten his money and if he's willing to move in with Chantal, if he's wanting to get that started again. When they were at the Canadian villa, all the damages that were done, I've heard that, he had to deal with $5,000 worth of damages. But if she doesn't have a home, that could be the entire reason why she's in Thailand, just trying to figure something out about where she's going to stay and how she's going to work this.
Because it's like we need a there's no solid foundation or home base that we can go to anymore. It's like it's inconsistent. There is no home base, and that's going to cause some logistical issues and challenges. What's going for these two though? It's the Queen of Cups. It's like someone's emotionally detached here and they're all thinking about the money. That little snake there makes me think money, lots of money, as it's there's a it hasn't shown up here, but on the King of Pentacles card, there's a snake, and it keeps drawing me back to that card here. It's like I'm emotionally detached from the situation. I'm just here for the money. That's what this kind of feels like. At least one person is here for, and that's kind of what's going for this situation. Is like one person is being avoidant while the other one is trying to be clingy, and I think that's going to cause for them good drama. And then here in the past, the King of Cups, someone's like, okay, fine, we'll get into this relationship and we'll do what we need to do, kind of do it, and whoever, whatever. And then here in the future, the Ten of Pentacles. So the most likely outcome here is I do think there's going to be more money made. These two are going to kind of come back together. They're here to get their coin, to make their money, to kind of start the drama back up again. People are going to be interested. Ten of Pentacles upright as well, so it makes me see the community as the community is going to do well. Chantal is going to do well. Nader is going to do well. Expect it probably in October, November, December time to kind of start up when AdSense starts to really start jacking up more money. So they're going to be able to do more with it. So that's what I would imagine to kind of come see that's going to be coming here soon. So if you guys enjoyed this, that's all I'm going to read on these two right now. If you guys have more questions, leave them down in the comment section below. If you guys have anything else you want me to read, feel free to leave that there as well.
Really great reading. I really enjoyed it. Sunburst. And for those that are wanting to check out Sunburst's channel, look down below in the description. I'm going to leave a link for the original video in the description, and you can check out all of Sunburst Tarot's content. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that react to Sunburst Tarot. And if you want to leave a like or a comment for me, please do so. And again, check out Sunburst Tarot and tell her how much you enjoyed the reading, because I certainly did. And thank you for doing this reading, Sunburst Tarot. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a like right now. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.